What is going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. In this one, we are going to continue diving deeper into the masculinity crisis that we are running into here in America and in a lot of first world countries. I'm going to talk about some of the problems, I'm going to talk about some of the solutions, and the main thing that I want to talk about is the fact that boys aren't growing up in today's society, all right? One of the most important things I think that we can do is normalize becoming a man at 18 years old. That is the age that we have decided as a nation, hey, you are an adult, okay? You still can't rent a car yet, you still can't drink alcohol yet, which I think is ridiculous, but you're a man. You're a man at 18 years old. You can move out from being under your parents' wing. You're a man. And yet, in our society today, most men don't even start making decisions for themselves until their mid to late 20s, okay? This is absolutely ridiculous that we consider a man at 18, and yet he still can't do everything, and he still hasn't even been taught any sort of responsibility or decision-making skills, all right? So the main theme that is pushed on younger men when they start to come of age is, oh, you should go travel. You should go enjoy life. You should go to college for the experience. You should go hundreds of thousands of dollars into student debt when you have no idea what you want to do. All right, you should go travel, which is something that we've only even been able to do as a species recently. Like, we have access to the entire world now. You can hop on a plane, you can pay for a plane ticket, you can go wherever you want to. For some reason, people have been convinced that we have always been able to travel wherever we want, and that it's part of our calling to go have experiences across the entire world in order to complete our human existence, that we have to experience a myriad of different cultures and things along those lines. No, we just were able to obtain the ability to go around the world and see other cultures. All right, you know how hard it was to travel 200 years ago, 300 years ago? Incredibly difficult. So what usually happens is kids are encouraged to do this, go to college for the experience, enjoy life, go travel, and then when they enter into their 30s, they have anxiety, they have depression. And the most common thing that I personally hear from men reaching out to me is they're like, Brandon, I feel lost. Brandon, I feel confused. All right? And this is why. We're going to start off with some of the problems. All right? Boys aren't given responsibility when growing up anymore. Number two, parents coddle their children and don't prepare them for the real world. Like, back in the day, kids used to be working early on. Very early on. If not at a job, they were working for their parents. They were doing certain things. They were finding that the things that they did, the value that they provided, was ultimately what was giving them fulfillment, and that they had something to do every single day, and they learned to work hard much earlier on. Now parents will be like, oh, he's only 20 years old, He's still playing video games in the basement. It's not that big of a deal. He's still a kid. No, he's not. He's a fully grown man. A couple hundred years ago, he'd be a third of the way through his life. Okay? We live a little bit longer now, thanks to modern medicine. But that's the truth. We need to normalize growing up faster. Number three, the educational system. All right? It teaches people just to do as they're told. Do as they're told until their mid-20s. It's like, oh, you're done with elementary school, go to middle school. You're done with middle school, go to high school. You're done with high school, go into debt, go to college, even though you don't know what you want to do. It's just kind of like coast through things, getting taught mostly meaningless things by teachers that are brainwashed. The education system is failing people. So they tell you, do this, do that. You don't have any sort of decision making for yourself. You're not sitting there thinking, how do I actually want to spend my life? What do I actually want to do? Number four, pleasure is far too accessible. You guys want to hear a mind-blowing statistic? The first exposure to porn for the average man happens between the ages of 10 to 12 years old. Just think about how profound of an impact that has to have on someone growing up. Getting access to an entire data bank of naked women and instant gratification at such a young age, before they've learned to make decisions, before they've learned to work hard for things, they are experiencing an incredible flood of dopamine. Their first job isn't even till 16 to 18 years old. By then, they've already been probably regularly watching porn for 4 to 5, sometimes even up to 8 years. What are we doing here? Number 5, underlying theme of victimization. I see this constantly. And people even tell me this. Like, as somebody who's been very successful in his 20s, I still get told by people that don't know the situation that I am in and how hard I've worked over the past 5 years. They tell me, oh, dude, the system is why you're this way. They say, the system is why you can't afford a home, all right? It's because of inflation, all right? Times are hard for you, okay? And we tell each other this. As men in our 20s, we say, bro, things are so much harder for us than it was for our parents, you know? People say, the system is why you're fat. Your genetics are why you're fat. Do you understand that people will do absolutely anything to avoid responsibility? And yet that is a key component of what we should be teaching young men. Now, what are some fixes that we can go through? Because I know that this is a lot of information. It can get a little bit overwhelming sometimes. It can feel like there's no way out. But there are some really, really solid things that you can realize that can ultimately help you. Number 1, it's that focus is needed to find purpose. All right, guys? Purpose isn't something that just gets dropped into your lap. An angel is not going to come down from on high and say, this is what you were meant to do. This is your task, all right? Focus on something is ultimately what allows you to realize what you were truly made for. You were put on this earth by God for a reason. You have a telos. And as a man, part of your telos is to simply work, to till the earth, all right? Video games, food, and media are just a few of the things that men are completely addicted to, and it's completely replaced any sort of focus that they can even hope to have. Their attention spans are dwindling. They sit in chairs all day for their schooling, being taught things that go in one ear, out the other. They take on student loans when they don't even know how to focus. This is also something that we really need to implement, is a sense of duty in society. Men nowadays are completely absent of a sense of duty. Duty to family, duty to religion, duty to country, okay? I'm an American. I want to see America thrive. And that's the whole reason why I'm making this video, is because when I see the other men that I'm up against, like in competition, and we'll get into that a little bit later, I'm like disgusted. I'm like, these people aren't even trying. And it makes me sad because I want to see America flourish. I want to see America become incredibly prosperous. And yet what are we? We're fat. We're addicted to video games. We're addicted to media. We're addicted to all the things we're not supposed to be addicted to. We don't care about our family. We have no duty to God. We have no underlying sense of purpose. Another massive fix that every man should understand is that fitness and finances are completely within the scope of your control as a man. All right? You don't get to control which body you're born into, but you can very much control how that body operates. All right? You can control how much you weigh. You can control your body fat percentage. You can control your strength. You can become stronger. Same with finances. You can work your way up to making a very good amount of money if you just put in a little bit of effort. You don't have to be an entrepreneur like me. You don't have to post on social media like me. You can have a normal job at a corporation and become incredibly successful. I've seen people work at fast food restaurants, and when they just have like a little bit of drive, a little bit of extra fucking drive, they can work their way up to an incredible position where they're getting six figures within like 5 years because they have drive and they just explode past the competition. They just put a little bit of thought. They just put a little bit of extra effort into their work. They just take pride in their work a little bit, and it puts them ahead of everybody else. So understand that you can make a lot more money if you put your mind to it, if you start taking pride in your work. Another way that we are ultimately going to fix this problem is seeing competition as a good thing and not seeing it as traumatic. Since when did competition become traumatic? It is good to want to outperform your fellow man. That is something that drives us further forward. It is one of the reasons why society has come so far. Competition is incredible. We need to stop demonizing it. We need to stop calling it a toxically masculine trait to be competitive. We need to encourage competition. Not everybody should be getting a participation trophy. That starts at in the elementary schools. Like, what are we doing? Telling people that, oh, you're just as good as them, all right? You're just as good as they are. No, they tried harder than you. They're smarter than you. They're better than you. What are you going to do about it? How are you going to act? Because you have control. Whether or not you're being told that or not, the truth is you have a lot more control than you think. Fixing the masculinity crisis starts with the young men. And that's the theme that you'll notice throughout all of this, is the fact that the whole reason why the masculinity crisis exists today is because all of this has been happening for decades. And now these men are finding themselves fully grown in a position where they haven't had to take any responsibility. They have no idea what it actually means to be a man. They have no sense of duty or purpose. And so they end up lost. They end up depressed. So hopefully this video helped some of you guys out. Drop a like on the video down below if you guys are enjoying this type of content. And I will see you guys all in the next video. Peace.